Right, sure.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, hi everyone. I just want to introduce myself. My name is Tom, or I go by Arizona. Also, Mr. Kasama on Telegram. So people see me, and we're here to talk about Bifrost, SALP launch, and here with Tyrone, and great to talk with you, and hear everything about this exciting new project. So actually, launching, and I know a lot of people have been anticipating it. So definitely.
Hey
So
guys,
maybe
what's
I'll hand
going
it
on?
over to you. Do you want to give a little overview?
All right, cool. Of course, yeah. So, just a quick introduction about Bifrost. Bifrost is a power chain on Polkadot to provide staking liquidity for users. So, the staking liquidity means that if you stake your assets in the POS network, and you will have your derivative, which generated by you staking underlying assets. And if you hold that derivative, now you can get the interest from the staking. And by the way, you also have the liquidity during the staking period. So that's what we do.
Perfect. Yeah. So, yeah, I know a lot of people are trying to figure out ways they can maximize, their contributions and everything. And I think this seems like a great way. I know there's a lot of other alternatives too. I know things are popping up. So this is definitely maybe one of the most exciting, just the fact that we're dealing with derivatives and everything. So definitely. So yeah, so I did have one question. Maybe we'll start with that, and then maybe go through the slide, or actually, maybe we'll go through the slides first. Do you want to do that? Do you want to talk about that, or go through them? So
Yeah. Just
cool.
a quick through. I mean, actually, if anybody can see that there are some presentations in whiteboard, and you can go through with me. So I won't actually have a break introduction about the SLP, and you can have a deeply understanding about the following questions that Arizona will ask. So uh, let's go start with the Crotron and Bifrost SLP. That's the third slide. And I yeah. So the SLP actually created based by the Crotron. The Crotron mission is that many dot holders may want different utility options, and staking can provide. So it's natural that dot holders who want to loan their dot project who require dot for a bound in exchange for some consideration. So in this sentence, we can see there are two utilities of dot or Kusama. So the first one is that help projects get supported from the community, and the other one is more utility options than staking. So these two utilities can derive more than two of these derivatives of these utilities by using SLP. So what is that? The Actually, the promotion of the Crotron is that you bond you Kusama and or Dot for a power chain, and you can get the reward from it. But you may lose your the the um, the pledge time cost during the bounding period. So what if the bounding with liquidity? So we can imagine that the bonding liquidity means contributors can transfer their uh, power chain bonding as a derivative token at any time. So under this circumstances, the participants may get the liquidity by bonding, and they will be able to get the power chain long reward they might missed before. And for projects, they will have the competitive environment between them to because the liquidity because the derivative liquidity will attract participants for them. So the ecosystem will enhanced by the project competition. So that's how the SLP works, and that's how we created the SLP. So The SOP name is the Slot Auction Liquidity Protocol, launched to release participants' parachain bounding crop loan by generating derivatives. And we separate the derivative to two kinds of derivatives. One is VS token and the other one is VS bound. Please mention this and remember this. The question will be asked in the following questions. So VS token is actually a utility token that can be used to redeem or be used to swap your underlying Kusama during the bounding period. So that's a liquidity token. Sorry, that's actually that's a liquidity utility token that can be transferred during your bounding period. And the other one is VS bound, which represents you actually contribute for parachain and you can get the reward from it. So with these two derivatives, you will have two kinds of utilities. And after the parachain retired, you can easily redeem your underlying Kusama by using these two actually by burn or destroy these two derivatives and you get your Kusama back. And the SALP workflow is architecture about how it works. I can easily explain this. Actually, that's a parachain registered on a Bifrost set, and we will create an account for the parachain, and the account will automatically transfer the message and use the XEM transfer the asset to relay chain. And your Kusama and your contribution will be automatically transferred between Bifrost and relay chain. And with the status of the parachain account, your assets will be be activated, be retired, and withdrawn and dissolved. So the following pictures are some Bifrost Stack UI. We will launch this DApp new version in about 2 weeks. So you will see it, and you may have some missions or some challenges to do when the parachain is launched, when the DApp launched. So, yeah, here's another question: is that someone asked me about so how to control the rate of the swap rate about the swap ratio about the Kusama and dot with the VS Kusama and VS bound. So actually that depends on the how long you actually staked or you actually contribute your Kusama and doubt. So that's 48 weeks at the beginning, and it will be actually shorter and shorter time within the passing of the bonding period. So that's 48 weeks, 47 weeks, and 46 weeks until 1 weeks, right? So with the time passing, the cost of the ritual will be reduced, and that's actually a circle with different parachain retires. So it will be actually shown in the the real economic circumstance, and you will see it. So yeah, that's a brief introduction about SLP. So we can keep go through those questions.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, Tyrone. So yeah, I mean that's what I've seen. Is the question was too, like, that price point. So just to get clarification on that. So the price point of your VS token. So if I put in one Kusama and I'm crowd loaning that, the getting back the VS token, the VS bond. So my VS bond's held up, but my VS token, if I want to trade it, sell it, and then buy it back, the time that I go to sell it. So if I'm selling it with just right after I loan out my Kusama, it would be only worth so much, right? It would be worth it. I'd take a steeper hit, right, if I sold my VS token right then, versus the amount if I like wait until like 6 months in or something like that. So the price, I guess, it would be more attractive. I think at that point, is that correct? Or
Yeah. It is.
okay,
Yes, it's based on the time and the power chain reward. So the power chain reward and time means
yep,
that the cost compared to you actually you staking, you have
yep,
staking reward. If you didn't actually pledge you Kusama for the power chain, so you can get into the staking and get staking reward, right? So that's the cost, and the other one is the time passing, that's 48 weeks cost of you staking. So it will actually inject it to you Kusama, the Kusama swap ratio.
okay, very cool. So yeah, so I mean, so if I did participate and I put in one Kasama and I go ahead and did that my VS token and my VS bond, and say I sold it
Mhm.
right away my VS token just to take out some liquidity, use for something else, and then I come back to it 48 weeks later. I need to go out and just purchase one VS token, right? And then I can take that one plus my VS bond and burn those two
Right.
and get my one Kasama. Okay, perfect, awesome. Yeah, it's really cool. I really love the idea of it.
Yeah, that's how it plays. Yeah, there are some new, there's some new gameplays about the SLP because there are two tokens and you need to do the compound of the two. If you, yeah, like Arizona said, if you actually sell UVS Kusama at the beginning and you exchange the liquidity from it, so you will have to actually bear some cost about the the beginning cost of this of you use that Kusama to do staking, right? So with time passing, the power chain will be retired and your Kusama will be withdrawable, and you will have the opportunity to you have the ability to withdraw your Kusama VS Kusama and your Kusama back. So at that time, uh, when the time passing with the time you can withdraw. So the the swap ratio will be actually slowly to close to one on one peg. So that's how we do. And if your strategy is you sell you VS token at the beginning and you exchange your liquidity, so you can actually bet you can purchase the VS Kusama back during the slot auction, and you hold you VS bound, and you also can redeem the Kusama back from the buy for set, or the option two, maybe you can have chance to sell UVS Kusama and VS bound together. So yeah, if you sell UVS bound, and you will have to uh, actually buy the VS bound back, and you will have the ability to withdraw your Kusama back. So the VS bound will be traded on the actually a pending order market within the buy for step, and uh, actually that market is actually no liquidity, and maybe there is situation that the VS bound for power chain. Let's take an easy example about the buy first VS bound has been sold out, and you actually have no chance to buy a VS bound, which means you actually cannot get the one-on-one pack Kusama during this auction, but you can actually sell your VS Kusama during the auction. So
Gotcha.
that's the condition of how you compound the VS Kusama and VS bound.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, yeah. God, that gives you a lot of liquidity options. This is where we want to see derivatives go to. Yeah.
Right.
So a couple other questions for you. So we also can you explain like the SALP farming, and like is that like
Right.
liquidity mining in a DEX or?
Yeah, cool. Actually, I can share share a demo on the right bulb.
Awesome.
So here's sure. Here's a picture that's the demo of the bifold stack on farming. So there are actually two poles of farming during the crop long period. So one is the early bird farming that actually not be seen on in this page. That's actually special pole uh, during the crop long period. So which means the power chain haven't been a winner. So during the crop long, the power chain may have the cooperation with Baffles SLP, and we will actually open a early bird mining pool for them. And for users who mint you Kusama in Buffer set, and you can get you VS bound and VS Kusama. So you can put them into the pool of the early bird pool, and you will have the capability to mining for the reward from BNC, which is native token of Bifrost, and the power chain reward they might provide it. So that's actually a benefit for users who join the crop loan for the power chain. But if the power chain lose the auction, and you also can hold you reward, actually that's actually given to you. So that's the early bird farming, and the other one is the formal farming actually. That's during the time after the power chain wins the auction. So they will actually release the reward. Maybe that's 50% TGE, and then the other 50% were released in 48 weeks linearly, right? So uh, it actually depends on the power chain reward strategy, and the mining pool will the reward in mining pool will depend on how the power chain release their reward. So let's take an example about maybe they release the reward 1,000 ring in one day, and we will put the 1,000 ring percentage reward in this pool, and so everybody can join it with UVS command VS bound to mine for it. So you might get potentially higher reward than the actually the official auction reward in Darwinia. And yeah, after the actually the TGE period, and you will have also you will have also the capability to mining for the rest of the linearly released reward in the mining pool. So, and you can redeem, or we can say that it's you can withdraw your VS Kusama and VS bound at any time you want. So if you withdraw it, you will have no reward, and you can actually sell it or swap it, or you can join the liquidity mining at any time effortlessly. So yeah, that's it.
All right, perfect, cool. Okay, looks like we've got a raised hand. So let's see. I'll go ahead and open it up to Blank Face to ask a question. Let me actually look like his hand went down. Okay, I think is that possible? Oh, okay, perfect. So do we have any? I guess we can open up to community questions. Are you ready for them, Tyrone? Or?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions they want to ask right now, or just go ahead and raise your hand and I can let you on stage? I do have another question, so I can ask that while we wait for a minute. People have any questions they can think about? Yeah, so we have, there's other derivatives like, would that be possible? Is that like, would you have like, say, VS Moonriver or V Moonriver, I guess just to say it, or V Scheiden or V Carrara? Do you have any plans for that or?
Yeah. Of course, that's the another product. The
Hmm.
VS token and V token. The difference is which is the vulture slot token, and the other one is vulture
Yeah,
token. So the difference is the VS token represent the crowd loan,
crowd loan.
and yeah, that's actually point to the crowd loan, and the other one is vulture token, V token, that's represent the staking derivatives. That's actually different. The crowd
Hmm.
loans, actually you pledge you could someone in crowd loan and you cannot get the actually you cannot get the staking reward, right?
Hmm.
But if you put you someone in the you nominate for validator and you can get the staking reward from it. And the the V token and V Kusama uh is to try to solve the problem you pledge you doing staking
Hmm.
during doing staking. So
Cool.
of course you can get the reward from the staking, but uh, how you get the reward is actually interesting thing. It's a little bit different with other solutions. Uh, for example, if you stake one Kusama for 1 year, and actually the APY for staking is, let's say, 20%, and you can get actually 1.2 uh, Kusama back after 1 year, right? So you will get 1.2 Kusama after 1 year, but in buffer set for V token, you will get still 1 Kusama after 1 year. Actually, sorry, that's V Kusama after 1 year. So where's that 0.2 Kusama? Actually, that being valued injected uh, to your token value. So your token value has been actually increased before 1 year. So during this 1 year, you staking, and the staking reward has been added to your token price after 1 year. So that's how it works. So to do this, actually, that the advantage that you can transfer the V token to centralized scenarios, and you don't have to trust them. They may cost some interest from you, and they may have some risks to lose your token. But yeah, so they don't have to connect with me with users or the the third party. They just directly connect with the chain, so there's no risk and no opportunity for them to cause you a benefit from it.
Hmm. Okay, cool. Yeah. So when I do want to participate in that, like if I do want to participate, bring my Moon River or car over to do that, or would I possibly just purchase? Is it kind of like a kind of like synthetics, and like is it going to be kind of like that, or are you going to have like a kind of like a marketplace for that potentially in
Mhm.
the future? Just curious. Yeah.
Oh,
Oops, I think.
sorry, pardon, please.
Oh yeah. So yeah, the I guess like kind of like a marketplace for these V tokens. Is that going to be kind of a thing that's going to come about over time as you guys add more and more of
Yeah,
these
of course.
derivative tokens? Cool, awesome. Yeah, definitely. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody want to raise their hand? And then I know a lot of people are asking about the details of the rollout. So I know most that's what I've gotten a few chats about that. So I know. Do you want to talk about that a little bit about how the launch of this is going to go and kind of where we're going with that? So because I know a lot of people are anxious to do that while the crowd loans are going on right now.
Yeah. Uh, we are currently actually operating the you know the new version of the 084. Actually, we just upgraded it today, 1 hour ago. So in this update, we actually did the cross chain and Kusama commission. Actually, that's power chain free that received by Kusama, and the SLP will be actually uh, um, on actually will be live on the uh step on the on the upgrade next to the uh 085. So that will be the 086 will be the SLP upgrade. So it may catch the second powertrain crawl. So uh, in second powertrain crawl, it might be Manta and centrifuge and some other competitions between them. So you might have chance to use the SLP in the second one.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, yeah, I know. And then the other question too, I know because a couple other people have asked me about this because they were trying to everybody's trying to figure out how to maximize their value. So um, so with the SALP, with the can we also possibly, because I know I've found out about ZenLink, so I understand how ZenLink works, and I know you guys have tie-ins to ZenLink.
Yeah.
You list that. So is that possible to totally maximize that by going through ZenLink and contributing to Bifrost to like say Manta like altogether? A few people asked me that. And I said I wasn't sure about that.
Yeah, the interesting is that the link have the slot vault. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
that product also support for the crawl, and yeah, you if you use ZenLink interface, they will also support this SLP. So
Wow.
we have reached the connection with them, and we've been doing the the docking with them. So their front end will support all SLP, and you can easily join the ZenLink slot vault with the SLP supported, and you will get the reward from ZenLink set and also the Bifrost set. So that's actually a compound of the default effect in this power chain auction.
Wow. Yeah, you're triple dipping your rewards.
Right.
That's awesome. That's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. Cool. Very cool. So yeah, so you said so you're targeting kind of roughly this week. I'm not asking you for definitive because I know how tough development is. I'm one
Mhm.
myself. So yeah, so you're targeting probably this week then it sounds like to actually full board be able to use the SLOP.
Uh, this you mean this week can we use the SLP?
Yeah, yeah. For this crowd
Uh,
100%.
actually that will be maybe next week, but this
Next week.
week will be rushed. So
Gotcha. Yeah.
yeah, will be
Tender.
next week.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, I totally get it. I'm not going to push on dates because I know, like I said, I've been there so many times with software development. People don't understand how hard it is to actually get everything to line up with dates you plan. So, I mean, Gavin Wood has trouble too, so that's why he doesn't set dates, which is really smart. So,
Yeah.
very
We
cool.
actually did upgrade about the weight of the XCM that relate to the contribution from Bifrost set to the relay chain. Actually, we proposed the promotion on the we proposed the proposal on the Kusama relay chain, and we found out that the code on relay chain actually has been changed, but we proposed the proposal want to change the uh, code before the parity changed the code. So the proposal was actually cancelled by the detect command of the Kusama relay chain. But for now, the result is that the contribution can actually process 10 plus uh, contribution at one time. So in one block, there will be actually have 10 contribution, and there will actually no any barriers or any junction during the process you doing contributions, and you don't have to wait for the for the 3 to 5 minutes confirmation, and do it as the 12-second confirmation by the block time. So they will be actually fluently experienced.
Very cool. Awesome. And we have one other, I guess, question just came in. Somebody was asking about ZenLink, and maybe you could give a summary with your guys' integration with it. So, yeah, I think they were just asking us kind of just understanding what ZenLink is. A lot of people didn't know about it. I actually just found out of them recently. I didn't even realize too much about them until I think a week ago. Yeah.
Okay. So ZenLink actually is a project. They don't need power chain, but they can provide the palette for a power chain. So, for example, Bifrost is a power chain, and ZenLink provide the swap module for Bifrost, and we can use the module for building the the swap utility and swap ability on Bifrost power chain, and we don't actually develop a palette by ourselves, and that's how ZenLink works. And um, they also provide the other palette for different power chains. But in the that's the the structure in the future. But for now situation is that they can actually support any power chain by actually their swap module, and the slot vault is their product for the Prolong, and you can actually put uh uh Kusama to the relay chain, and actually that will not even state your Kusama on Zenlink side. They will actually transfer you Kusama directly to you to the relay chain. So as same as Bifrost, and the connection with Zenlink and Bifrost is that uh actually the swap and mining pool will be supported by Zenlink. And in the future, when dApps already been launched, and you can swap your token on Bifrost by using Zenlink palette. So that's the that's the relationship.
Awesome. I just want to check one last call for anybody. Does anybody have any questions for Tyrone while we have him here? Or? Okay. Tyrone, do you have anything else you want to add to before we end the call?
Right. Yeah, actually, follow us the newest, the latest updates, and we will, launch some news about the SALP and when it will work, and how you can join it, and we will actually publish um actually education about how to use the SALP, and how to use your app, and how to join the crawl loan by release your liquidity. And yeah, and yeah, stay tuned for the SALP. It will be launched
Awesome.
in 2 weeks, in
Yeah,
3 weeks.
I think that's the biggest thing. Is I think this is a very complicated thing to wrap your mind. Derivatives are hard. I've explained to people other times. I did a little bit of synthetics. I was explaining somebody synthetics a while back, and I know that's a very complex thing to wrap your mind about. I think it's one of the best things to do is just to try it out and get used to it, because this is where the big money's made. Derivatives are huge. So I'm definitely excited to see the community get a hold of this and start playing with it. So
Yeah,
definitely.
and another thing I will mention is, you mentioned about the derivative actually is the big
Hmm.
market in the future of DeFi,
Yeah,
and
it is.
but in the actually in the SLP, that protocol actually don't receive any benefit from users.
Yeah,
For example, if you contribute one Kusama, and you can get one Kusama, and you purchase set for the contributing, but we don't cost any of you Kusama. So
yeah.
uh, yeah, that's actually a protocol just only uh, for the decentralized uh, liquidity derivative for the market, but not actually for profit.
Oh, perfect. Awesome. Cool. And also one more thing, somebody was asking too, I meant to ask about this. They were asking about about the BNC token with exchanges. Has there been any word on when exchanges from you guys are looking to list, or?
It's about, yeah. The next time update, well, we will actually remove the pseudo, and that's the time. That's the time of BNC will be actually exchanged, and be expect for the time we remove the pseudo, and the following 1 month. That's about 1 month. So in 1 month, any time, maybe they will have the proposal or the motion to release the exchanging of the BNC. So just watch the Bifrost governance, and you will see when the BNC will be exchangeable.
Awesome, perfect, cool. All right, nothing else from anybody? Okay, sounds great. Then Tyrone, thanks so much for your time, man. We really appreciate it. I know the community is excited about this project, and I think it's going to be a big one. So thank you.
Right, cheers, Arizona.
Take care, man.
Thank you, audience.